Welcome to the MS&Me Radio Network. The broadcast shows are for informational and entertainment purposes only. They are not designed to provide listeners with specific personal, medical, or counseling advice. Individuals with a medical issue should always consult their healthcare provider. MS&Me is not responsible for content of individual shows. The views expressed by show hosts or their guests are their own. Enjoy the show.
Hi, this is Dawn Melanie. Thank you for joining me today for another episode of my series titled Managing Self. Today's title will be called House of Cards. Today, I'll do what I usually do. That is try to share with you some of my experiences, some of my battles or challenges, my successes as well, as far as how I manage myself regarding or dealing with my multiple sclerosis. I've had relapse and remitting multiple sclerosis now for over 20 years, and it's still not an easy ride. I've titled the show Managing Self because it's up to me to manage myself. Through the years, I've had a lot of adversities, no one else has had, of course. Actually, I think it's probably less than a lot of you have had. Over 20 years, I've been blind. I've lost my vision in my right eye. I've lost my hearing several times. I've lost my ability to walk, my ability to talk, my ability to feel, which is still compromised greatly. The things that people can't see, I'm sure many of you are familiar with, the lack of ability to hold things. You know, I drop things, I kind of laugh and go, oh, silly MS. But it can be frustrating. It can be very frustrating. Eating dinner can be frustrating when you can't hold on to the fork or knife and, have to almost function as if I'm ambidextrous, using my left hand to eat my food when I know good and well I am right-handed. Right hand dominant am I. But that's been I'd say a coping mechanism or a way that I have managed myself to kind of move forward with the difficulties or the adversities that I have with MS. I can actually recall, before I was diagnosed, 1998, and probably 7 months later after, when I finally got diagnosed, and I did return to the workforce, I still had the intention tremors where my hands would shake. My right hand dominant, and MS at that time affected only my right side of my body. So I recall holding a pen, trying to write something. I would literally, my hand would start shaking as if I was nervous. I don't know, it was just a crazy shake. Some liken it to a shaking of a Parkinson's syndrome sufferer. But needless to say, that was frustrating. And it is still frustrating because it seems to be happening more and more. And I'm like, wow, here we go again. I'll never forget the first doctor. Well, pardon me, my second neurologist. I think I fired. I got rid of my first doctor because he didn't understand that me trying to figure out what was going on with my body. Why the intention tremors? Why was I shaking? Why was I stuttering? Why was I couldn't see at times. I was squinting my eyes to see why couldn't I pick things up. He didn't get that it was imperative for me to know, and it didn't seem like he was on the same page with me. So I knew that we weren't a good fit, and I took the effort, I made the effort to find a neurologist in the area who could help me get to what I need to get to, and that is the answer. Why am I going through this? Now, unfortunately, I got what I asked for. Asking you shall receive. Well, I received a doctor who was capable and willing to explore everything and help me get to the answer. Unfortunately, I had to go through all the tests again. That is, I need to take another MRI. I'm stuck into a tube. Like, I know. That was weird for me first. First couple of MRIs was a weird experience. Now, it's a piece of cake. I look at it as an opportunity to take a nap. Literally, I can take a nap with all the clanging. Go. I sleep like a baby. No problem at all. But the first couple of experiences was a little unnerving. I had to have a spinal tap again, lumbar puncture. Somebody sticking something, a needle in my back, and remind me that I risk paralysis if it goes wrong. I'm like, okay, this is great. I'm 25 years old, and that was scary. But I need to get the answer, and I said, well, Dawn, you have to do what it takes to get you there, and that meant some things that weren't pleasant, or that I could have done without, if you get what I mean. But I got through it both times. That is both times of the battery of tests, trying to determine what I was going through, if I had MS or not. But I got through it. You guys always hear me talk about my pillars of items that keep me going, that help me to manage myself with MS and everything else in life. And during this entire time, I had the best family, supportive. I had the best supportive people, supportive family, supportive friends. Awesome to this day. One of my friends, much older, he's over 65 today. He's like 67 or so, and we had coffee. I was telling my husband, I said, yeah. I said, Tommy and I were talking once at a coffee shop. Last time I had a chai tea. We always had chai. We were sitting there talking and just remembering, man, we've known each other for a long time, 22 years. And he recalls getting stopped by the police with some of my medicine. And I thought that was funny. I said, wow, who does that? And I'm going, a friend does that. Just those friends who've been in my life for a really long time and who've been there for me. When I couldn't drive to New Orleans, by the way, I'm from New Orleans. I just didn't want to go party, guys. But I wanted to go to New Orleans. That's my home. My family's in New Orleans. My mom and dad, my sisters, my brother, nephews, nieces. I couldn't drive because I was taking all kind of medicine with an IV, and I couldn't leave my home. So that was really depressing. Probably 1.5 of the 4 or 5 days I've been depressed in my entire life. Yeah, I've quantified it. Nonetheless, my point is, I couldn't go to New Orleans. I was taking medicine. I had to stay in Texas, and I actually have a friend, my friend's mom. She actually took a detour, planned a detour to take me to New Orleans before she continued on to her destination, which is actually Houston. So it went out of her way, take me to New Orleans, and I was like, wow, this actually worked. So those friends like that, that support is what gets me through. I encourage you guys all to, if someone wants to help you, let them. Sometimes it's hard to say you need help, and I know that today more than ever before. Friends, family, of course we always eat, we have food and things like that. So usually it revolves around food. See, whether it's chai or a shrimp po' boy. By the way, that's what I no, I didn't have that last night. A good friend of mine, actually, we've known each other for almost 30 years now, as we talked about, it's been over 25 years since we've graduated. Well, 25 years since we graduated university at undergrad, and we've known each other for quite a while. But we don't see each other often, but when we do, the connection is still there, and it's still a give and take relationship where we can be open and honest and discuss things, and a friendship. A friendship's supposed to be about uplifting, not criticizing, and that love is there. And yes, guys, we did have food. See, that's what I mean. Good friends, good food. So actually, I did something I don't usually do. I had something fried, but it was a one-time thing, or very rare. But Melanie, Dawn ate chicken and waffles. It was very good. Chicken and waffles with a maple syrup and another syrup mixed with a hot sauce. Very good. So yeah, chicken and waffles and a daiquiri. Yeah, I don't do that often, but it was fun. And we played silly board games just like many of us did when we were in elementary school or grammar school. So the thing is that keeps me going. Like I said, I'm not perfect. Everything doesn't go my way, and I need support. There's stressful times in my life. No, there's no stress-free existence. I always say that we should hopefully strive to have a stress-less existence, but knowing that, I was thinking back. I said, wait a minute. I think just a few weeks ago I was saying, hey, bring on the stress. I think I literally said, bring on the stress. Because my point was, if there was no stress or no confrontations, no bumps in the road in life, how much not fun could that be? But would we develop, or would we just be stagnant? Right there. I mean, I think the challenges that we are. I know me. I've had challenges, and if I don't face them, well, they're still there. So the challenges are an opportunity for me to grow, to develop my tenacity, to be strong. We can be strong and still fail. You can be strong and get knocked down. Please get up if you do. I do. I try to get up when I get knocked down. But my point is we're going to have those negative moments in our lives, and it's important to not run away from them. And MS is just, I think, a prime example of where I'll go ahead and give myself the self-proclaimed title of expert. I'm an expert of dealing with MS. Yeah, I said it. Over 20 years. I think I'm an expert of dealing with MS. That doesn't mean I know everything, but it knows that I've gone through a lot. I have a lot of experience, and I'm still learning day to day. So my point is, this isn't a one-time thing. I don't have MS today, or I didn't have MS like last week or 5-10 years ago. It's gone. Even if my flare-ups or I had an exacerbation and it has subsequently subsided, I still have MS. I still had MS each of those times, which brings me to where I am now. Yeah, where I am now. Now, right now I'm got to check the portal, my portal, where all of our medical doctor stuff information is. They don't want you to call them. Check the portal. You can call or wait online, but check the portal. In other words, we ain't got time to answer a phone call. My neurologist did call me yesterday. I missed the phone call because I was sleeping and I had my phone on Do Not Disturb. Do Not Disturb. That meant I'm sleeping. My sleep is important to me, and no one gets through, except people on my priority list. My mom did get through yesterday. I was like, why am I not getting my phone calls? And I was like, well, Mama got through a couple times. That's because she's on the priority list. But my doctor isn't on my priority list because they have those automated phone calls that come through, which are, this is Texas Neurology calling to remind Dawn, basically of an appointment and things like that. And they come through as early as 9 o'clock, 9:05 a.m. on a Saturday morning. So I got to manage that and filter that. So no, I can call back. Anyway, sorry about that. My point is, I need to follow up on something that I dropped the ball on. I often say I'm so good at managing myself and being proactive with my health. And I was talking to a friend Sunday afternoon, and she asked me a question, and I stopped, almost like a deer in headlights. I went, wait a minute. I told her that my last MRI had detected 6 active lesions, 6 new active MS lesions. And for me, that was a wowie moment, because I've been stable for almost 9 years with no new activity, no new lesions. Some actually went away, but I was like, wow. And, we're talking, and she's like, well, are you on getting steroids, or, I was like, wait, huh? Like Medrol? I was like, huh? What? Wait a minute. Right. And I go, wait a minute. Why didn't I do that immediately? I have every other time I've had new lesions, particularly any active lesions, indicating MS activity, I would start a round of steroids to reduce the inflammation, suppress the activity, and this time I did not. And I told my husband, I said, well, he goes, well, your neurologist should have said do that. And I was like, yeah, but I should have also. And, I recall him asking me, how do you feel? Do you feel any different? And me being trying to be, well, I'm always trying to be a tough cookie, of course. But, I said, well, I don't really notice any big changes. Not, I don't know. Again, it's hard for me. It's hard for me, I know, to, I don't want to say fess up to challenges that I'm having, even with MS, with life, with in general. I want to be tough. And so I'm thinking, well, I'm okay. I'm thinking it's the same old. I was thinking things are the same crap that I've been dealing with forever. So whatever. I still can't walk. I'm kind of walking in a cursive pattern, not a straight line, but kind of cursive, which means I can't walk straight line. But I was like, well, not really. So we didn't do anything, and I thought that was okay at the time. But as I was talking to my friend, I realized that I dropped the ball, and then I realized why. I dropped the ball because I had other issues on my plate, still on my plate. And when I say I have other issues on my plate, all my my focus, my devotion, my management, my self health care, well, I think it was diluted because I had something else I'm dealing with, and I was like, well, I should have been taking something, because I'm like going, if it's active, it may get more active. So, because there's no cure for MS currently, it's my understanding that any of the medications that I take, any of the disease modifying drugs, are at best this is per man, per science, can help to hopefully slow down the progression of the disease activity. Just slow down. That's all man, big pharma. That's all they can promise, is hopefully, maybe, it will slow down the progression of my disease activity with multiple sclerosis. So that's fine. However, if I don't do it, if I don't take it, or undergo the treatment, then I know the chances of, well, I can't expect any positive results from that. Now it's still like I said, this is big pharma, this is man, so I'm not relying on this solely. I have faith in God that that's my answer, but I also believe God helps those who help themselves. And if I'm in a position where I can obtain things to help me in my situation, then I'd be a fool not to take advantage of them. Yes, I have faith that it'll be okay, but I know I have to do my part as well. So I've talked to my neurologist, and I've ordered was at the round of steroids, yada yada, probably 3-5 days intravenously to help reduce any inflammation, just in case. I don't notice any big changes except, well, I asked my husband, I said, well, it's often, it's good to ask your loved ones or people who you're around on a regular basis of changes that they may see with you, because sometimes we don't see it ourselves. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm fine. I'm the same person. And I asked my husband, and he kind of made me realize that, well, the naps, I've been taking naps even more so than I had in the past. Everybody knows I 8 to 10 hours of sleep every night. That's in my sweet spot. But even with that, I still need like an hour and a half, 2 hour nap after dinner before I get up and go to bed. And that's kind of weird, but it doesn't make me, it doesn't like recharge my batteries to make me go, huh, I'm up for the day. No, I can sleep, have a full night's sleep, go about my day, take a good 2 hour nap, and go to sleep again for 10 hours. So I don't know if that might be a change, or maybe it's just, my friend, she said maybe it's just my body is fatigued, the MS fatigue, because something's going on where I'm using more energy doing just basic tasks. Again, I'm going, well, I can do it. I'm doing it. As long as I'm doing it, I'm fine. But, maybe that's me, a way of me not recognizing that I am more fatigued than even I am normally. Even more pronounced MS fatigue, which, of course, I begrudgingly admit. Always, I don't like to admit things like that. But if it's the truth, then unfortunately it is. I was talking to my mom a few days ago, and we were talking about a previous episode. Where I told everybody out there listening how the doctor asked me, had I fallen in the past 6 months, and I said, yes. I said, my mom said, she was like, I love the way you said, I had to tell my doctor the truth. I said, no, Mama. I said, I begrudgingly told him yes, because that was it. It's like, I didn't say yes. I begrudgingly said yes, because it's something that had to be said, but I wasn't happy about it. So this situation here with the lesions, 6 active lesions, within 6 months, I know that I have to do something about that ASAP. Hopefully, I have the orders. And the home nurse will be out to my place shortly. I told my husband, I said, man, last time I had this many lesions was 2000. Let's see, I think 2002 or summer 2003, and it was 7. They were active, and I changed medications. And I'm like going, I don't jump ship on anything in life without a reason. MS is, I understand that it is unpredictable for everybody. We're all different. But one thing's for sure is that I have the ability to, I have the responsibility. I like that better. I have the responsibility to call the shots as far as where how am I going to handle this? How am I going to manage my MS? Because the doctors, people say, well, people oftentimes say, my doctor put me on this, or my doctor stopped this, or my doctor took me off of that, and my doctor has me taking this. And I'm like, wait, what? I never understand that. I don't understand that at all. Because I'm like, it's my understanding, my doctor works for me. I mean, I don't pay his bills. I don't pay his paycheck. However, he is, I look at him as a consultant. I worked as a consultant, as an audit consultant. So, I've worked external reporting, financial stuff like that. But my last gig, consulting. And as an audit consulting, you give advice. You show people facts, like, okay, this is what can be, kind of like MS. People don't understand what MS is, so I'm quick to tell them, hey, and this is what MS is. This is what MS is not. This is what MS can be. People, huh? I say, yeah, it can be. Not necessarily going to happen to me, or anybody else with MS, but it can be. And that's important to understand what something is If it is, that's just a fact. Or what it's not. It's just a fact. Good old Boolean. I look at Boolean logic. Ones and zeros. Yes or no. True or false. Real simple. Real simple. Yes or no. But unfortunately with MS, multiple sclerosis, it's unpredictable for each individual, each situation. And that throws in the stickiness of what it can be. And so unfortunately we have to be prepared for what it can be at any given time. So as I close today's show, I'll bring it home with the title, which I alluded to at the beginning, House of Cards. If you have a house of cards, you probably understand that it's not going to be very durable. It's going to fall with just a blow of a wind. If you have MS or any other chronic illness or situation that is unpredictable, we have to be prepared for the worst. Now, I'm not saying look for the worst, but we have to be prepared, either be ready to rebuild or, reinforce it or something. That's how I look at me, how I manage my MS. I know that's, like I said, it's unpredictable in nature. I never know what's going to happen the next day, but I have to be prepared. So I said previously about bringing on more stress. For this week, I want you guys to recognize, to appreciate any quote-unquote stress that you have about a situation that's tough. I thank you for joining me, and I hope that you'll join me next week. And in the meantime, I pray not for more stress for you, not for more stress, because we're going to have the stress, but I pray for more recovery of, you, me, everybody out there listening. I pray for more recovery from any stress that we are encountered with or that we endure. So this has been Dawn Melanie. I do thank you for joining me, and I will hope you listen next week. Here's to more recovery, less stress. We can't run away from it. Stress is going to happen. How we respond to it or react to it, that's what's important. James Baldwin said, "Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced." Thank you.